So I started an organization called No Bully, and we started it in California in the United States, but it's now starting to be international. And what we're trying to do is help schools implement a system for preventing bullying so we can get the numbers down and for responding effectively when it happens. Girls and boys seem to bully at fairly equal rates, but girls tend to more social bullying and boys tend to more physical and verbal bullying. They've been studying bullying now for quite a few years, and what they're finding is that the effects are quite similar to child abuse. So just like with child abuse, some kids have strong parents and friends and they can get through it and they seem to be relatively okay. For a lot of students who are going through bullying, there's depression and there's anxiety and there's deep shame, which is a profound sense of not being worth belonging or not being worth existing. And these effects last until the 30s, 40s or 50s of a person's life, and they do not fulfill their full potential. I think I survived it by holing up in the library and studying as hard as I could and focusing on getting the best grades so I could get myself out of school as early as I can. And talking to people who have been bullied, I think they've always found some strength that they can focus on, that they're good at, that gets them through. If you don't have that, and you don't have any friends, and you're not getting the support of your family, bullying can be crushing. In our work with schools, we've discovered fairly rapidly that the kids who are being bullied were being bullied because of some very specific reasons. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So we found, for instance, that the students with disabilities were picked on far more, and the students from minority races were picked on far more. And we also found that students who were picking on other students because of their sexual orientation or their gender identity. For those kids, they don't develop a sense that they're effective in the world, so they tend to retreat back and they don't succeed academically. And in terms of their identity, I've heard kids say to me, it feels like I'm walking through school as if there's a sign on my back saying I'm a loser. There's something profoundly wrong with me. They don't develop a good, strong, healthy, realistic sense of who they are. My real wish for all kids, including my former 12-year-old self, is to have schools that really are trained and know how to turn this around so that no kid has to go through what is such unnecessary suffering. My dream is to make school a place where kids really learn to get along, work successfully and play successfully with many other diverse kids. Because if they can learn that lesson at school, they can take that into their adult lives. And if they can take that into their adult lives, society will be very different and a much better place.